Hi, this is Beth Wellman, and I am showing you the results from tutorial 2 that I completed. First of all, we wanted to look in the Object Explorer to see that, yes, indeed, I have my database file set up lwellman_t2, and within that database file are some database diagrams and some tables. And please note that the tables here are city, country, Great Lake, lake, and shore. These are the 5 tables that we're using. The database diagram, which is the first thing you asked for, is right here, and we can see that we have a relationship between shore and lake right there. We have a relationship between shore and country right there. We have another relationship here between lake and country. And finally, we have a relationship between country and city. You'll note that the Great Lake table does not have a relationship with the other tables. What we did with the Great Lake table was we took the WKT attribute and we copied it over into lake. So that's my diagram. Next, we're going to look at my tables. Let's first of all look at the lake table. And you can see here that I added the lakes Erie, Huron, Ontario, and Superior. These are the 4 lakes. And for all of these, it's null in the country because for these 4 lakes, they are both in Canada and in the United States. So this is being designated in this table as null. Now, the next thing we can look at is the shore diagram. The shore table. Here's the shore table, and here we have in the country of Canada and the United States, each one of the Great Lakes, including Lake Nipigon, which is wholly in Canada, and the length of their shoreline. You can see that the 4 lakes that are in both countries, Lake Erie, Lake Huron, Lake Ontario, and Superior, show up in both countries here. But Lake Nipigon, completely in Canada, and Lake Michigan, completely in the United States, along with their corresponding shorelines. Next, I wanted to do a new query, and I am going to go ahead and copy this query from another document that I have. I'm going to paste it right here. This is asking me to use this database. I'm selecting the lake name from the table lake, and I'm just looking for the lakes where the country is null. And as we just saw, the lakes that are in where the country is null is those lakes that are in both the United States and in Canada. So I'm going to execute this query, and sure enough, there are the 4 lakes that are in both the United States and Canada. Now I'm going to do another query here. This query I'm also going to copy from another document, and in this query we're looking for something slightly different. We're looking for looking at the table shore where the country, please note right here I used exclamation point equals for not equal to Canada, so we are not looking to where the end country is Canada. But I also have to change the single quotes here to single quotes that SQL will recognize. So we're looking at lakes where the end country is not Canada. We're going to execute that, and here we go. Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, and Lake Ontario are all the lakes those lakes are both in the United States, and in the case of Michigan, it's just in the United States. But notice that Lake Nipigon is not on this list, where Lake Nipigon is a lake that is wholly in Canada. And then finally, we're looking at the spatial result of all of this. And so I'm going to go down here to, I think it's this one. There we go. And in this case, we queried the lake table just for shape, where the continent is North America. And here you see Lake Ontario, Lake Erie, Lake Huron, Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, and there is that Lake Nipigon in Canada. That's it. Thank you very much for your attention. Take care.